If mixed number and improper fractions confuse you, this video will help you. Draw these fractions using the bars. Here we have a whole, and we're going to split this whole into two equal parts. So here we go, 1, 2, and then this represents 1/2, therefore it's 1 out of 2. So this is a half, which is the same as 1 out of 2. So that's 1/2. Here we have a third, therefore we look on the denominator, which is 3. Therefore split this whole in 3 equal parts. So here we go. And then we shade 1 out of the 3 parts. So let's shade 1 out of the 3 parts. So here we have now 1/3. And then finally we have a whole, and we need 2/5. Therefore your whole should be split into 5 equal parts. Here we go. And then we're going to represent 2 parts out of the 5. So 2/5. Let's shade 2 parts. Here, 1 part has been shaded. That is 1/5. And this is 2/5. So here we have 2/5. Draw improper fraction and write as a mixed number. So here we have draw this improper fraction and write as a mixed number. So let's start with 5 divided by 2 will give you two wholes. So our first whole, that is divided into 2 equal parts. So that's our first whole, which is divided into 2 equal parts. So 2 halves, and 2 halves give you 1. And then we have another whole that is divided into 2 equal parts. And remember, 2 halves is the same as 1. So again, start from here. 5 divided by 2 goes 2 times. That's 2 wholes, and there is a remainder of 1/2. So let's have our 1/2 here. So this is our remainder of 1/2. Now let's write this as a mixed number. So here we have 2 wholes and a half. Let's look on a different question. You can pause the video and try this one for yourself. Let's draw this improper fraction and write as a mixed number. 7 divided by 3 goes 2 times, so that's 2 wholes, and there's a remainder of 1. So let's draw our first whole, and it should be divided into 3 equal parts. So that's my first whole, that is 3/3, and then we have another whole that is divided into 3 parts, and then finally we have 1/3 remaining, so 1 out of 3. So therefore we have 2 wholes and a third. So that is our mixed number. Stay with us as we complete other questions. Draw this mixed number and write as an improper fraction. So let's start with our whole, 1 whole, and it should be divided into 2 equal parts. So that is our 1 whole, and it is divided into 2 equal parts. And then we draw our another diagram, but this time it should represent 1/2. So here we have 2 halves, and that is 1. Now we're going to have 1/2. So this is 1/2. and then we're going to write our answer. So therefore this is 1, 2, 3. That's 3 halves. So your answer should be 3 halves. Let's try this question. You can pause the video and have a go. So here we have 3 wholes and 3 quarter. So let's start with our 3 wholes. So that's the first whole, which is divided into 4 equal parts, a quarter. So we have 4 quarters here. So that's 1. And then another one, because 1 add 1 is 2, which is 4 quarters. And then for us to get our 3, we need another one, which should be divided into 4 equal parts. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters. And then finally we will have 3 quarters. So let's draw our diagram and shade 3 quarters. So here we go, 1 quarter, 2 quarters, and 3 quarters. And then you add all of the shade quarters. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that's 15 quarters. So that's our improper fractions. If this video helped, please like, share, and subscribe.